first question is, what was going on in politics in the year 1960?
For me, the most significant thing that was going on in politics in 1960 was the rise of John F. Kennedy to the presidency. So in the January of 1960, that's when he first made an announcement that he was going to stand for the nomination for the Democratic Party. By the June-July time, he was successful in gaining that nomination here in California. And then in the November, with a very close margin, but he did beat out Richard Nixon for the seat of the presidency. So that I think was the most significant thing politically for the United States in 1960.
What were any significant sporting events?
The most significant sporting event that occurred was the Winter Olympics, and that was also here in California. That was in Placer County up at Squaw Valley. So yeah, the United States got several medals in like ice skating and hockey and other winter sporting events.
Nice.
Yeah.
What were some major events that led to the social reform?
Well, one of the main things that occurred in 1960 in terms of that led to social reform was an event that occurred in Greensboro, North Carolina, where 4 African American students who were attending university there went to a local Woolworths that had a segregation policy, and they went in to go and get some lunch and wanted to be served at the counter. And although they weren't made to leave, they weren't served. This whole event started off a number of these other similar types of non-violent protests across the south of the United States. And by the July, those same students were able to be served lunch at that same local Woolworths that wouldn't serve them previously. So that was just kind of like the very beginning of social reform from that. And another very significant thing that happened was Eisenhower was president at the time. That was around May-ish. And he signed in a very, very beneficial federal law, which was to ensure that people who were African American would not be discriminated against in terms of being able to have the right to vote, which is a very important civil liberty that we have. And that was called the Civil Rights Act of 1960, and that was another major thing that helped to create equality, and so resulting in social reform.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I have for you today, Tara. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.